I was getting food for the family, and I just seen like a dead body in the middle of the street. I was like 7, 8 years old, and I just like walked up on it. I'm like, oh shit. And I was like looking at it for like a long ass time, and I was just like, fuck it. And police never like, I didn't tell nobody. I never told my mom or anything because I didn't want her to like not let me out the house no more. Cause she like,
Young bass guy, and I'm bass with the Martians, 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 Martians.
So, back at it again. This is the Mars Files, powered by 1 AM Radio. It's your boy, Mars 3 times, and today we're here with InhellXhale.
how y'all doing? What's going on?
So off camera, because we were talking, and like, so do you have any music out as InhellXhale?
No. InhellXhale is something totally new. Something I just, like, I probably came up with that name maybe this year. Like, it's alright. I used to make music with my homeboys back in like 2016. And then we just like, when my homeboy moved, or like they moved to Georgia or something like that. So I didn't really have anywhere to record. So I just kind of like gave up on it. I was like, oh, fuck it, it's not meant to be. But I've always had a passion for music.
Okay, before we get too much into it, you pulled up to the Aux Wars, you performed, you kind of shut the shit down. And
appreciate it.
And I really appreciate you like sticking around. Like you were literally there till it was over. So
yeah.
I just want to say like that's super dope, and like that's really what like the Aux Wars is about, is like building a community and like just bringing people together. So it's dope that not only did you like stick around after you performed, but you like literally sat there the whole time and like watched everybody else. So that was super dope, and I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, before you were telling me you used to go by Water Cup Poppy.
Yeah, I used to go by Water Cup Poppy.
What was that about?
Alright, so my senior year, I was with my two other homeboys, Versace Soap and Lynchmaster. His name was Lynchmaster back then. And every time we would go out to eat, like after school, we'd go like to fucking BK or Taco Bell or whatever the fuck, and they would always get like paid for beverages, and I'd be like, yo, can I get a water cup please? And I'd fucking pour that shit out and get some fucking fun.
You ever seen that meme that's like it's like people that listen to Chief Keef go to McDonald's, ask for a water cup, and get Powerade?
Damn, why they did me like that, dog? I never saw that, but I'm glad I didn't. I would have felt butthurt.
But yeah, I mean, keep going. So you were just getting water cups, and that's how that came about.
My homeboy Versace, we was like, Water Cup Poppy, that's your name. I'm like, I don't got nothing else right now, so fuck it. I just stuck with it.
And I mean, how much music did you release under that moniker?
One tape. It was 6 songs. I released like one. Yeah, it was just one tape, 6 songs, and then I had like a couple other songs, like my other homeboys tapes and stuff like that. But I didn't release a lot of music, and then once they moved to Georgia, I kind of got like unmotivated a little bit. I was like, it's just so saturated down here. Like I don't know if like what makes me different from everybody else at this point. Everybody else wants to do it, but then I started to see everybody else starting to do it, and I'm like, I could do that. I could do that. So then mid 2018 is when I started to get into it. Me and my brother started to get into it, and then we were under another group. It was 9 AM Music. And I guess it's still, I don't even know, to be honest. We gotta chop all that up. We haven't like made anything in a minute, but we released one song together, and it was a dope song. I liked it a lot. But like after that stuff fell apart, our managers like at the time were like very like busy. They had their own lives. They had their stuff to do. So then finally this year, I was like, you know what? I don't want to stop. I want to keep hitting music for real. And that's why I just started writing again. I got my groove back. I got my second win. I'm gonna start writing again. I'm gonna start freestyling again. I went ahead and invested. I put a studio in my room. I got like the job I was telling you about earlier. I started putting the studio in my room and all of that. And yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So like, I mean, with the InhellXhale thing, is it like, does it sound different than Water Cup Poppy?
Definitely, it's not the same. Like you get everybody who has heard my old stuff and has heard me now has said like you definitely grown as an artist. Like it's still you, but it's a better version of you. It's not like something totally different, but there's a huge
Water
growth.
Cup Poppy sounds like kind of like a meme rapper, and then InhellXhale sounds like something a lot more serious. I mean, is that what it is?
What do you mean by that? Like,
so I mean, like, so Water Cup Poppy to me, like, I haven't heard the music, but it sounds like it sounds like a meme rapper, you know?
Not even. I was like flowing. I had bars. I was actually rapping about like police brutality and all that stuff, but I was like under that moniker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then with this one, it's the same, but like it's just I feel like I'm better now than I was before.
How would you describe your music to somebody who's never heard it?
Something they wouldn't expect from me. That's like the most pinpoint thing I could hit, like hitting right on the head, something they wouldn't expect from me. Every time I show somebody my stuff, I'm pretty sure when you heard my stuff, you didn't expect that from me.
Yeah.
Like nobody expects me from me. When I show my stuff, I'm like, that's you? Yo, what the heck? I'm like, nobody expects that from me. So I like surprising people like that, to be honest. It's just.
Why do you think nobody expects it?
I guess I don't look like it. I don't have no face tattoos. I don't look crazy. I don't dye my hair no types of colors. So I guess people don't expect me to be like what I actually am on a song. So.
Do you want a face tat? Are you getting a face tat?
I probably get like a head tat or something like that, but something small. I want tattoos. Don't get me wrong. I want to wait till I'm more secure in life. I have certain milestones I need to hit before
I feel that. I was actually talking about that with somebody with a tattoo artist yesterday. I'm like, yo, you do face tats? Like, yeah, you want a face tat? I'm like, I need some more money in my bank account before I could like justify a face tat.
Yeah, so now I wouldn't get a face tat. I don't think that's me. I would get one, like if I was like on some crazy stuff. I don't want one. Like it's not.
So where are you from? Did we go over that? Where are you from?
I'm from Alapata, Miami, Florida.
Alapata.
That's down south. I'm thinking we're like more south. But yeah, that's down south. It's like not too far from Moonwood.
Okay.
Maybe 10 minutes away.
What was it like growing up in Alapata?
It was fun for me. From the outside looking back then, it was like it wasn't a super bad area, but it was. It depends. From someone looking at it from the outside, it was a bad area. For me, I grew up there every day. It was like regular to me. To me, it was like a lot of culture down there. A lot of Spanish restaurants around. You get the tostones, you get the chicharrón de pollo, you get all the rice and beans, and it was awesome for me. I still saw some like crazy stuff when I was like younger, but
like what?
I mean,
what's the craziest shit you ever seen?
The craziest thing. All right, so I was walking home from I was getting food for the family, and I just seen like a dead body in the middle of the street. I was like 7, 8 years old, and I just like walked up on it. I'm like, oh shit. And I was like looking at it for like a long ass time, and I was just like, fuck it. And police never I didn't tell nobody. I never told my mom or anything because I didn't want her to like not let me out the house no more. Cause
yeah.
So
I mean, what does that do to a young kid? I mean, like, how did you feel after that?
I felt weird. But then I felt like it's hard. Let me see how I can word it. Because as a kid, it's hard. I'm trying to say how I thought about it as a kid, and I can't really remember everything. But looking back now, it makes me appreciate life more. Because that could have easily been me. Because he got shot dead. That's what happened. I guess it was a drive-by or whatever the case may be. But that could have easily been me walking down the street. It could have been anybody. You got to just appreciate life a lot more and do what you want with your life. You don't want to die with any regrets. That's how I see it now. But back then, I was like. I just never spoke about it. I just tried my best to forget about it. It was traumatizing, but
yeah, I can't even imagine, dude.
It is what it is, I guess.
So I mean, in your music, you said you write about police brutality and stuff. Like what else do you rap about? I mean,
honestly, whatever I freestyle about, whatever, because a lot of my stuff is freestyle. Some of my stuff is written. Like whatever's in my head. Let's say I'm having a bad day, or I'm mad about something, or I'm angry about something. I'll just rap some angry stuff. Or if I'm sad about something, or if I'm feeling lyrical that day, I will listen to some Big L, some Tech 9 all day. I'll just write something or come up with something crazy. But it all depends. A lot of my stuff is anime rap too, in the song. That's why I asked you at the event.
I watch anime.
Yeah, because it was a lot of anime references there. So I have a lot of anime references.
What's
in my
What's your favorite anime?
Oh, that's hard. That's very
watch
hard.
A lot and you read the mangas and stuff.
As a kid, I've been reading mangas since I was 4 or 5 years old. I've been reading mangas all that time, and then I really started watching anime maybe when I was 7, 8. But the books was Beat the Vandal Buster, One Piece, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto.
Are all animes kind of set up like Dragon Ball Z, where they leave you on a cliffhanger? Because that's the only I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, but it was kind of just annoying because it was it was all this build up for a cliffhanger. You know what I mean? It's build up. They have a fucking 5-minute conversation, and then next time on Dragon Ball Z. I feel that's is a lot of anime like that.
Some of it is, and some of it is, and some of it is straight to the point, and some of them aren't even like that. Some of them are like comedy or romance. There's this one I watch is The Disastrous Life of Psyche K or something like that. I think that's what it's called. It's a dude that has psychic powers, but everybody else like is like regular, and it's like funny to me. It's like so relaxing and chill to watch. But other stuff is like, what happens next? Well, I'm like other stuff is like, what's happening next? And then it cuts off. I'm like,
yeah.
one more week.
What's okay? Like, let's say I'm trying to get into anime. What anime should I watch? Like 3 animes that I should get into.
Attack on Titan. That's automatically number 1.
Attack on
Attack
Titan.
on Titan. The plot twist in that. Oh my, insane.
How long is it? Is it like really long?
Right now, there's 3 seasons out. And
Okay.
each of those is bopping from the jump. It's insane from the jump. So many cliffhangers, so many plot twists. It's crazy.
Is that what that meme was when the guy like coming out of the beach? You ever seen that meme on the internet?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Is
about.
that what they
The
were-
weird body looking
Yeah,
guy.
was that the reference?
Yeah, that's what the reference.
Okay.
So, do you want me to tell you about it, or you want to go check it out?
I mean, you could like tell me about it, but I'm like not too much.
All right. So Titans are like human eating titans. They're huge. And they like real odd bodied and weird shaped, and they run around crazy and all of that. Some of them run around crazy, some of them run regular. Like his body was shaped like a titan, so that's why I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, that one was cool.
What else? What are some other ones I should watch?
I mean, Dragon Ball Z, of course. That's like
Yeah. I
you
mean,
gotta
I've
watch
seen Dragon Ball Z. I haven't like seen like in its entirety, but like just recently I was watching like the Cell Saga.
The Soul Saga was hard. My favorite is the Buu Saga, simply for Kid Buu, because that's my favorite anime villain, like hands down.
Why?
Thought he came in, he blew up mad planets, it killed so many people, and didn't speak a lick of English. He spoke no words. He just beat everybody else, spoke no words. Nobody's on site like that. He's just super on, and he's just cool. I just love him. That's my spirit animal, Kid Buu.
How do you feel about the rapper Kid Buu?
You know, I would have made that my rap name probably if he didn't take it.
Really?
Yeah, I probably would have ended up doing that. Like, that's how much I love Kid Buu as a character. I would have ended up taking that, but then I was like, he already took it. But that was like back in like 2017, 2018.
Yeah. Who are some of like the rappers that you listen to?
That's what catches people off guard too. But who do you think I listen to? Like, looking at me, who do you think I listen to? Like,
Travis
a lot?
Scott, Kanye West.
Not the most. Like,
Yeah. ASAP Rocky.
none of those are like the most. But like, all right. So are you familiar with Tech Nine?
Yeah.
From Kansas City.
Yeah.
He's like one of my main influences.
Really?
Big L, yeah. Like a lot of like '90s rappers, like my main influence. Big Pun, Big L, Tech Nine, both new and old. I like some of the stuff is like sometimes, but like his flows and his technique is insane. Like that like attracts me so much. Like Twista, Busta Rhymes, stuff
That's
like that.
interesting though, because like your music was kind of like felt like more like turnt than that. I mean, not to say that Tech Nine's not turnt, but it was more like bouncy and jumping around, or maybe that's just the energy that you brought.
Yeah, I just have I don't know, maybe I have a lot of energy, so I put it into the song. I just like to put. I have influences, but I also want to have like myself, like that's me. Like you like a lot of people can't tell who my influences are. If I ask them like, oh, who do you think my influences off of this song? They're like, I don't know, you sound like you, and I'm like, all right, awesome. Like, I don't want people to know who my influences are. I want them to know that, hey, that's Ed on the track, or that's Ed on the track. That's him rapping, like, and he sounds pretty unique on that song. And that's what I like.
Yeah. What's one thing people should know about you?
One thing people should know about me. That's so broad. You gotta give me a scenario or something like that.
Just like one interesting thing about you that like maybe people wouldn't know or wouldn't guess by looking at you.
Well, now it's kind of like everybody's into it, but like ever since like back then, I've always listened to like heavy metal, like heavy, like
Really?
yeah, heavy.
Have you ever been to like a hardcore show or like?
No, I've never been to, I've been to that show now, but I've always told myself I'm never gonna go to a show until my first show is gonna be my own. I always told myself that, like my first show is gonna be mine. Yeah. I never.
How are you gonna meet people though, and like how are you gonna get the show? You're just gonna book it yourself. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, isn't there like don't you feel like there's like a certain amount of networking that you need to do?
I wasn't thinking about it that deeply back then. I was like younger. I was just always like on my stubborn, like I was like being stubborn with it. I was like, I'm not going to my show, and then I didn't really know anybody to even network with like that. But now there's like a bit different. Times are different now. I know a lot more people now. I'm able to do that in a sense. But back then I didn't really know anybody, so I didn't even think about it like that way. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna make music. I'm gonna drop music. Someone's gonna hear it. Someone's gonna want to book me for a show, and that's how I was thinking. It was very linear. It was like.
Yeah.
I didn't have really a plan per se. I was just rolling with the punches at that point.
I feel it. You feel like you have a plan now?
It's definitely solidified. I don't like to plan out everything start to finish because stuff always changes. You never know what can happen. You need to have a plan that gets you out of the starting gate. And I realized that stuff just happens to fall into place as you keep rolling along. Once you get out of the starting gate, the track just starts to move like a treadmill. Once you start, stuff starts to roll.
Word. So I guess what's the plan for you moving forward?
I'm gonna be in the studio a lot more. I'm gonna be coming up with a lot more visuals now. I'm gonna start recording now. Now stuff's starting to speed up. I need to keep up with the pace. I need to get in the studio more. I have a lot of stuff like written down and recorded, but I need it to be studio quality. It's like my room quality is not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I can introduce you to the guys here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is a studio.
Yeah, I peeped. It was. I peeped like down there. Hey, I'm ready to work. So it's like I'm just ready to get this rolling. This is like what I love. This is my passion. Music is my everything, pretty much. That's like my first love, and it will always be my first love.
Definitely. So yeah, I guess the last thing would just be like, what's the first song people should listen to by you? Or you don't even have any music out.
Yeah, exactly. This like all new. Like it's like what's going on right now is like new. So my best song to listen to, or my first song, if I were to have songs, that would be the song that I played at the.
What was it called, and when's it coming out? Because I'm trying to make this playlist, and I need to add you to it.
Oh yeah, it's true. I mean, I was talking to my manager about it, so we're probably gonna drop it really soon. Like now that I already performed it, people like looking for it now. Yeah, I'm gonna probably drop it like extremely soon. But it's called it was a freestyle. It's called Chapter Black Freestyle. Chapter Black is from Yu Yu Hakusho, one of the animes, and like I had so many like bars from like Yu Yu Hakusho in that song. So I just took that name from it and I just put it on the song as well. Got you.
So you got any shout outs or anything you want to say before we wrap it?
Hey, shout out to you for hosting that so I can actually have that opportunity.
No problem, brother.
Shout out to Mom. She's always been super supportive. Shout out to Lynchmaster. Shout out to Versace. So they got me started on this back in 2016. They gave me like the push to really start recording. I've always like wanted to do music, but I felt like I was like average. They gave me the push and told me like, yo, you could really do it for real. So like they pushed me. Shout out to my brother Zay, my brother Marcus. Shout out to Mom's most and foremost. She's always pushed me. She's always there. She's always supporting me. Little brother, sister. Shout out to my manager Daisy. Of course, last but not least, she's making all of this happen for sure. And I'm not gonna stop. I'm a freight. I feel like a freight train right now. I'm not stopping.
Word.
Denzel Washington couldn't stop me. I'm not stopping.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
This is the Mars Files. Kium.